Hey guys, Junior back here with another episode of Northwest Florida Bassin. Back here today we're going to do a top 5 pond baits. This is my preference. Everybody's preference is probably different. Somewhere along the lines you may see something that you throw in a pond. This is just kind of how I dissect a pond. I do a lot of bank fishing. When I get to a new pond I kind of want to see if there's bass there. So I'll kind of go with what I start from to what I go to kind of finish if they're not biting. It's good. I kind of try to get the reaction bite first going. If I can get that going, then I know there's bass there. And then if it slows down, the sun starts coming up, I can kind of go to a different technique. So I'll go with my number one here. All-time go-to pond bait is going to be a frog. This is a Spro popping frog. You can use just a regular frog too. I like the popping frog because I can work it really slow. If the fish aren't biting as aggressive that day, I can slow this bait down. I can also work it pretty fast. As you can see, I kind of got the legs trimmed to about 2.5 inches. I think they come at about 4 inches long. This kind of makes a smaller presentation. Gets even if it's a smaller bass, I can just find out if there's bass in the pond. That's my main goal when I first get to a new pond, is I want to see if there's bass in the pond. So like I said, number one, it's just going to be a frog, any kind of frog, any color frog. This is just the natural Spro popping frog color that they got. This is probably my favorite color. That white belly sticks out pretty good. It's got a little yellow front right there too, so it gives it a little different colors. Again, another topwater bait is going to be a topwater plug. Any kind of topwater plug, Spook. This is a Gary Yamamoto Sexy Shad topwater walking the dog style bait. As you can see, it's a pretty good color. It's got the good treble hooks on it. Comes with Mustad treble hooks. It's like $7.99 I think for this one bait, but it comes with the better hooks. So most of the time you're paying $5-6 for a Spook, just a regular off-brand Spook that doesn't have good hooks. You got to spend a couple more dollars for a pack of hooks to put them on your baits. These come with Mustad hooks. I also have a popper. It's tied on one of my rods right now, so that I would kind of throw that in with this video. But it's just it's a white popper. They come in different colors. Other awesome reaction stripe bait. Just trying to find the bass. That's the main thing we're looking for. It's got the rattle inside of it. So it's another good go-to bait. Number 3 is going to be a spinnerbait. I like the willow leaf with the Colorado blade. The willow leaf gives that real flash off, and the Colorado blade gives that real thumping sound as it's going through the water. Anytime I'm throwing either a spinnerbait or a buzz bait, I will put a trailer hook. As you can see, this is a Yamagatsu trailer hook. They come with a little tubing. You can cut it to whatever size you want, so it just keeps the hook from going back off. This is a 3/0. As you can see, it's just about the same size as the hook that comes on the spinnerbait and most buzz baits. Another tip on spinnerbaits while we're in this video is this one I haven't really done nothing to yet, but you can go through here and trim these at different lengths, so that way when it's going through the water they actually don't stick together and just pull down together. They'll kind of stick out by themselves. Like I said, just trim them wherever you want. I'll kind of go around, start up high on one side, go a little medium on the next, and then just trim just a little off the next one, and kind of keep that pattern around the outside and the inside skirt, just so they don't stick together, and it gives a little different, a less, smaller presentation. That's a lot of skirt right there, but my theory on them giving you that much skirt is you can always customize it to what you kind of need and what you want. So number 4, this is just that weighted hook that I explained in one of my videos. It's got the bait keeper on there, so it's a spiral like a spring. You just swim it on there. This is the Fluke that I got rigged on here. I think this is the 1/8 ounce weight, not the 16th. I have the 16th ounce weight right here. It's a Yamagatsu hook again. You can also throw the swim bait on this. You can work the Fluke a little slower, I think. I've gotten more bites on a Fluke than I have on the swim bait, but it all depends on the scenario. If there's a lot more grass, I'll throw the swim bait because them bass are trying to ambush the bait fish, the shad and stuff through the grass. So Fluke kind of represents the swim bait too, shad or anything like that. This is I think the California 420 color that I explained in my video. It's more of a dark green pumpkin black kind of on top, and then a lighter watermelon red on the bottom. It's got red and black flake in it. Like I said, it's just a I think it's 5/0 hook. This is 1/8 ounce weight, and I'll throw this on 15, 20 pound fluorocarbon, all depending on the scenario, you know, the cover and stuff, if there's a lot of trees, whatnot. The last but not least, the go-to, my favorite, just slowing down bait for around here, I just kind of got it rigged up on some line right now, is a Texas rigged worm. Now I have a speed worm. This is one of the best worms for around here. A lot of people like curly tails, anything like that. I got it rigged with a 1/4 ounce weight and a 4/0 Gamakatsu hook. I just got it on braid right now, but I normally throw this on fluorocarbon. Got a green pumpkin speed worm by Zoom. Like I said, the Zoom products for their worms, to me, they're the best. I also like Gary Yamamoto's Senkos, but any kind of worm, you know, nothing too big for a pond, because a lot of times pond bass don't want to eat a real big worm. I've tried the bigger worms like the old mags and everything like that. But just a smaller, I've even thrown a trick worm, just Texas rig, just like this, and that trick worm puts off a little more motion because it's a little more thinner. I've caught a bunch of bass on that as well. So like I said, just when you want to slow down and they're not biting on any of those other baits that are moving a little faster, you can throw the Texas rig worm and really slow it down and drag it across the bottom, and most of the time you're going to get bit. The other day I caught the 4-pounder. I caught it on a speed worm. I was just dragging it real slow. Matter of fact, I even let off my reel to go kind of walk back and look around the house because I thought somebody was messing with my truck, and I reeled back up, took the slack up, and I had that 4-pounder bite. So I mean, you work it really, really slow, just drag this worm across the bottom. Like I said, I don't even have it pegged. It's just a regular Texas rig, and drag it slow. You'll get a bite eventually. You know, that's my 5 ways to fill out a pond. I know people have their other ways, their own tips and tricks of how to break down a pond. These are my 5 favorite ways to break down a brand new pond that I've never been to. If I had to throw a 6th way in there, if it's got a lot of matted grass and everything, besides the frog, I would throw like a punch rig. I'll do a video on that here soon. It's just most of the time I throw a 1 ounce weight with a flipping and pitching hook and some kind of creature bait. My favorite creature bait would be Gary Yamamoto's Flapping Hog. I believe it's the large series. It's the 3.75 inch long one. It's a pretty good presentation. They make them green pumpkin, black and blue, a couple of different colors. Tackle Warehouse has them. My local tackle shop carries a couple of the colors. They got really, just like the Senko, they're really full of salt. I guess that puts off that salt into that water, and then bass just go crazy for it. But like I said, I'll do a video on that here coming soon. It's a punching rig. But like I said, those are my five top pond baits, and y'all get out there and try and catch some bass on them. Like I said, I'll get back out there. The weather's still been crappy. It's been raining almost all weekend, off and on. So I'll get out there, and there's a new pond I'm going to try and go to tomorrow and see if I can't catch some bass out of it. I'll use these 5 techniques, kind of show y'all what I'm doing, and break that pond down. Thanks for watching another episode of Northwest Florida Bassin'.